wind of change is blowing across Germany. The general elections take place on September 26, and everything indicates that the new government will face a tough challenge to reach its climate neutrality goal.
One of the main questions in Germany's election battle is how the country can manage its energy transition. Major political parties back solar and wind solutions, but red tape and angry locals are slowing down change. Bavaria is a prime example.
In this rural district of northern Bavaria, wind park manager Eric Wust tells us about the energy transition's political battlefield, slow permit procedures, and legal actions. Decentralized decision-making has also added to these woes. Bavaria introduced the 10H rule, whereby new wind turbines must be erected at a distance of at least 10 times their height from the closest housing unit.
Wenn wir den Ausbau der erneuerbaren Energien schaffen wollen,
if we want to boost renewables, we have to take our foot off the brakes. In particular, in Bavaria, we have to get rid of this 10H rule as soon as possible. 10H is the reason why not one single wind park permit was filed in Bavaria in the past 2 years.
Kein einziger Bauantrag mehr eingereicht wurde.
But why is local resistance to wind turbines so strong in rural communities? Some locals say it's to protect birds or to stop potentially harmful noise exposure. Others mention land use conflicts.
Our municipality can no longer designate land for the construction of residential areas due to the 2 planned wind parks. The bottom line is I can't get any more building plots.
1,700 people signed our petition. 80% of people from here oppose wind power.
Wagelshausen will be totally surrounded by wind turbines, each 200 metres high. We feel overwhelmed, crushed by them.
We're worried that our houses will lose their value when there are 23 wind turbines built around us.
Both the Green Party and the Conservatives want to earmark 2% of the country's land for wind turbines. The Social Democrats and the Conservatives also promised to reduce permit procedure times from 6 years to 6 months. In Walgoldshausen, an absurd administrative battle even took 10 years to resolve, and in the latest judicial hiccup, investors must destroy the bases of modern low-noise turbines to replace them with old-fashioned ones.
We've lost €6 million with this project. It cannot continue like this.
In the future, there must be political reliability. Almost all the political parties have this on their agenda. The licensing authorities need faster processes and reliability for all parties involved because the energy transition is necessary, and what happened here was a disaster.
We need politicians to be assertive, with strong backbones, so that dilemmas like this won't happen again.
Raimund Kamm lobbies for renewable energy producers. He says that in the past, governing parties were too closely linked to Germany's coal lobby. He expects a similar scenario in the next government.
Today in 2021, the natural gas industry's main interest is to stop the energy transition. Their lobby has a huge influence, and that's dangerous. We must put a stop to these political games. We should blame them. You are the climate polluters. We can't afford to lose another 4 years.
Ebersberg is a rural district trying new ways to get the public involved. The county organised a public vote on whether to install wind turbines in a state-owned forest far away from houses. The local energy agency was tasked with handing out information to voters and setting up role plays on how to reduce CO2 levels. This citizen consultation got a majority to back the wind farms.
The district of Ebersberg is targeting climate neutrality by 2030. The main goal for the future is more photovoltaic panels and, very importantly, more wind turbines. That's the only way to accomplish the energy transition. Let's have a look at what happens if we don't build wind power generators. You see, we must install them to meet the target.
Ebersberg has one of the biggest working forests in Bavaria. Putting wind turbines here would take up a very small part of it. But some opponents, like Kirsten, don't accept the public vote and are preparing legal action.
They want to put the 5 wind turbines here, deep inside the forest.
Dicht oder ziemlich weit im Wald hinein.
And the district of Ebersberg could find enough space outside the forest to put up the wind turbines.
While politicians discuss whether the right to sue should be limited to enable renewable energy projects to go ahead, Kirsten shows us the reason why she's opposed to the wind turbines.
When the bats approach the rotor blades, the low atmospheric pressure bursts their lungs.
The honey buzzard lives here. It's a rare and highly protected species which is really at risk of colliding with the wind turbine blades. The breeding ground for some rare couples is here. Every collision victim would be a huge loss.
Other locals, however, stress how important it is to fight a potential climate disaster. As Leah and Soren live nearby, they point out that this is a working forest that was planted and used for economic reasons.
Do we want to protect every single bat and every single bird, or do we want to protect the species? Scaling up the use of wind energy to make the energy transition happen is a bigger contribution to wildlife conservation.
Right now in Germany, there are some 30,000 wind turbines. But if we take energy transition seriously and include industrial energy needs, we require double or triple that wind-generated power.
Das Doppelte, eher das Dreifache an Windenergieanlagen.
We visit a local farmer who reminds us that the sun is part of Germany's renewable energy too. He wants to cover his barn with photovoltaic panels. The main political parties agree on the need for more solar energy, but disagree on how this should be managed.
We have enough roofs in this district to put up photovoltaic panels and to produce all the energy we need. The farmer over there, Benno, owns 3 huge barns. He doesn't need that much energy for his farm. If he could get some kind of compensation, we could avoid putting photovoltaic panels in the open landscape. We're not saying 30 cents per kilowatt hour, just 15 or 18 cents would be enough.
Germany's next government will decide on future land use. Who will get what and for what purpose is in their hands. But one thing is for sure, an updated and sensible legal framework is urgently needed to make the energy transition work.